You don't mess with a parent when it comes to their kids. Most would do anything to help their child's education, some even forking out thousands for a tutor. These families handed over the money, but say no one showed up.
I'm a bit of a bulldog. If you're going to do something like that to me, then I'm going to come at you.
Once they've paid the mortgage each month, Callum's mum and dad don't have much left in the bank.
We were on 1.79% interest at one point, and then you take into the cost of, the cost of groceries and everything else. It's tough.
So when they decided to get their 10-year-old son home tutoring, Darren and his wife did their homework, choosing a company called Full Spectrum Education.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Baker. I'm the Chief Operations Officer here at Full Spectrum Education.
Darren says it was Jonathan Baker who rang to confirm their son's tutor.
For the first 2 sessions, it's going well. But all of a sudden, that girl disappeared. Didn't want to do it anymore. Then he wanted to get somebody else. That person doesn't arrive. Then he wants to get another person. So it would have been 4 no-shows.
When I tell our families that we have an educator for them, I mean it.
So we're not getting any service for multiple weeks. Poor Callum, the school year's evaporating.
And so was money from their bank account.
We've got all the bank transactions that were occurring each week. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. So over on this page, at a later date, they've gone to my wife's credit card and they've deducted $695.20, which is another 4 sessions.
So all up, they've charged you for 10 tutoring sessions and you got 2?
100% correct.
Bank transactions show Full Spectrum Education charged Darren's family $1,801.56 in total. They recouped the $695 charge from their bank, so Darren says they're still owed $701.64 for sessions never received.
Because they tie you into a contract, and it's a 12-week contract. And based on that, whether they provide the service or not, you've got to pay.
And as soon as Callum's parents complained, they were referred to the company's lawyers.
This is the email they sent us. They say, at this time, you are the ones who are refusing to accept education sessions. But that's not right.
They were the ones not showing up?
Well, we were turning up.
Full Spectrum Education said it was prepared to terminate their contract, only if Callum's parents signed this deed of settlement.
They've asked us not to make any disparaging remarks to any person regarding Full Spectrum Education.
You obviously didn't sign that, did you?
We never signed that.
They could not find another tutor, or the tutor was sick or otherwise unavailable.
After signing her 15-year-old son Darius up for tutoring, Desi from Melbourne's southeastern suburbs had a similar experience. Desi says she paid Full Spectrum Education for 22 sessions, $3,632.42, and Darius has only received 4.
They continue to insist that we must accept their services. Because we signed a contract, therefore we must accept their services.
She says she was refused a refund, telling A Current Affair the contract left her feeling trapped.
I think there are terms and conditions in the contract which allows them to cancel lessons and only have 1 term to reschedule, regardless of the fact that they're the ones cancelling the lesson, is not a fair term of contract.
We have had a number of complaints about this business, more complaints than we've had by any other business.
Mohan Dal is CEO of the Australian Tutoring Association. We spoke to him via Zoom from overseas.
We would say give a refund for the unused portion of the term, and that's that. So from our perspective, that would be inconsistent with our code to not give a refund.
Desi's lodged a case against Full Spectrum Education with the Victorian Civil and Administrative Tribunal. The company claims to have offices in Brisbane, Sydney, Adelaide and Melbourne. That's where we went to try and get some answers.
Based on the emails Darren's received from Full Spectrum Education, this is their office address. We've knocked twice, there's no one here. It's 10:45 on a week morning. Doesn't look like an open office to me.
We do not want anything to do with full spectrum education in the way it is presenting itself at the moment. Absolutely not. We'd like them to cease and desist from using our logo on their website. They're not members and should not purport to be or represent to be members.
And to their no disparaging remarks clause, Darren says this.
Don't deal with full spectrum education, or if you do so at your peril.
And after we interviewed Desi, she was offered a partial refund. As for the money Darren got back, Full Spectrum Education contacted his bank and he was charged for it again. So much for a small win for the little guy. And in a statement, the business says it's done nothing wrong under the agreement.